want to teach you guys how you can be a better support in Marvel Rivals starting today so you can rank up and not be stuck in those low elo ranks. The thing about support, or strategist in this game, to make it more simple for you, is you want the best positioning possible to get the maximum effectiveness out of your heals without hindering your team and the aggressiveness they want to be able to put out. If your team wants to be able to push into the enemy's backlines or push on a free kill, whatever it may be, even though you think in your head, okay, holding the high ground here though is the safest option for me. You got to think about what your healer can do. Can your healer cloak up to the high ground as cloak and dagger? Do you have like Luna Snow and you could just run jump to one high ground part and then run jump back to the high ground safely? Are you playing Rocket Raccoon? You could just run up walls. Are you playing Adam Warlock and you could just run with your team the whole time and soul bond and play around your tanks and just spam them and right click? Whatever it may be, you just play around your healer strengths and remember that your life is always going to be the most important in the team fight, because if you die, your team dies. So he's gonna kind of be mindful of that. Even if your team, you tell your team and maybe they just like, no, I don't care, I want to push on this. Try to find the best avenue that you can do to get that healing out while not sacrificing your life. And then as soon as you get ults, remember, push those ults out, man. Don't be afraid to just use it. If I have a cloak and dagger ult, I just insta pop it. The entire fight's won. Oh, they try to counter cloak and dagger ult, their cloak and dagger ult, or Lord behold, they try to Magneto and kill you in your cloak and dagger ult. Obviously, it's okay for them to match it. Be in voice comms and just in game chat and tell your other healer, hey, when I'm going to match there, I'm going to match, and this is what match means. And when I say I want to match it, that means, hey, when they cloak and dagger ult, I cloak and dagger ult. When they invisible woman ult, I wait 2, 3, 4 seconds, and then I cloak and or invisible woman ult. Whatever it may be, to always have the better ult there, because you have to be mindful of like how long it lasts. Okay, so each line of cloak and daggers ult lasts 5 seconds. That means because they gave it an extra line, it lasts 20. If you waited like 5 extra seconds, then popped your cloak and dagger ult, your ult now lasts 5 seconds longer than theirs. Meaning you're both not gonna die in the fight, and then after, like, depending on how they used it as well, you could do 3 lines on top of each other and then 1 extra line to run away, so that you could then like have like an escape plan, and then you can kind of play on the 3 lines and then run backwards into your other line. You know what I mean? Usually it's always better to do 3 lines on top of each other and then use one to go towards them or backwards. Usually it's better to go backwards. Also, the thing I brought up earlier with the Magneto killing you, by the way, definitely always call for a teammate to assist you. Say, hey, Strange, I need you to shield for me. I'm going to keep shielding backwards into you, and then I'm gonna like just go through his body and try to stay around him so that the Strange on your endpoint will always be blocking you with a shield. So it's harder for Magneto to do it, or hopefully the Strange just flies up in his face and just holds shield in his face. And the easiest way is just have a Magneto bubble you. So if you need to, call for your team to, like, your Magneto to bubble you. Type it in the chat and say it in voice chat. Then say it over and over again while you're ulting, so that the Magneto say like, bubble your cloak and dagger, bubble your cloak and dagger, please, 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 bubble your cloak and dagger, I will die. Stress the fact. Put emphasis in your voice. Speak with your chest like Mr. Fantastic likes to do when he hits shift. Like, do it to the point where they can't even think about anything else. They can only think about what you're thinking about. Also, another thing is utilize the other utility in your kit to not like be afraid of like doing damage, or like Cloak and Dagger's blind. They take 20% more damage and they can't see, right? Okay, now your team makes 3 kills. Your whole team can do 20% more damage to this target. So like what you would do is like bubble on the ground, top somebody off, then bubble. Like E them, hit them with the E them bubble so they take increased healing from the bubble, then swap the damage for them, blind that person that they're all running towards, and then just start whacking into them, right? Don't be afraid, because then with your increased damage and their increased damage, that person probably dies. Or at least like you're hitting a Wolverine, it pops his immunity. You're hitting a tank, he gets to like 1 HP really fast and wastes like everything. Like he uses bubble on himself and whatever. Don't be afraid to ever try to get around that. Or don't be afraid to do damage. Do not be afraid to do damage whenever possible. Another thing with healers, also utility, is like, don't be afraid to do like double jump pull with Invisible Woman and yank people off high grounds. Like there's a Punisher who's just sitting at the free fire. 180 turn around, okay, like no one wants to hit him, I'm gonna pull him right into us. Oh, there's a Hulk that's looking to jump in, I'm gonna instantly knock him away, forcing him to use his double jump or jump to get up to the high ground again, and then jump to get back into us. And then you could like hit a slow on their healers, and then like he has to take longer to even help his healers, then you can kill him right there. You could instantly see a Strange flying in the air, knock him away. There's a Strange trying to shield your Hela's ult, knock him away in the air. Like if you're playing Mantis, constantly damage buff your Hela, constantly damage buff your Black Widow so she gets one shots, constantly damage buff your Star-Lord when he's ulting. Damage buff your Punisher who has a Rocket Z, right? Triple Healer is really good right now. Understand what you need for Triple Healer. Why is Triple Healer good? Because double AoE heal, and then you have the liberty to use something like Mantis for the damage buffs and her own damage, Adam Warlock for the damage and his res, and the Soul Bond, Rocket Raccoon to give your Punisher a Z. Like, because Rocket Raccoon by himself, he's still good. He's better now because they increase his healing and they buff Punisher, and they made the cooldown on the when I say Z, it's his infinite ammo. So they made that a lot better, but it still needs work. But you could still make good use of Rocket Raccoon with that, and if he gives your whole team 40% more damage, right? So then if you have like Rocket Raccoon Luna, you have 2 ways to give your whole team 40% more damage. So you have 2 ways to like destroy the fight, and Luna's is also increased heal, or just a large amount of healing. So don't ever be afraid to do triple healer. Don't be afraid to utilize your character's utility. Don't be afraid to be too aggressive with your character. Don't be afraid to be doing damage with your healer. You should always be ending damage. Like if your teammates have like 30k, you have like 14k, right? As a healer. I have like, my teammates have like 30 final hits. I'll have like 8 final hits as a healer, right? Those final hits in those moments could have completely changed fight. Like I would blind a healer, kill the healer as a healer, and then turn around while healing my team the whole time and they're alive. You know, it just, you really think about it. And then all of a sudden in that moment, you're like, wow, that's really why we won that game. Nobody in my team was really looking at the healer, and I got her to 2 HP by myself pretty much, or even killed her. So yeah, don't ever really worry about not getting MVP as much. Healer is kind of hard to get MVP unless you literally play out of your mind. Your damage is insanely high. You might even have more damage than some damage characters or even tanks. Your healing is like, sometimes I could have triple the enemy's healing and I still wouldn't have MVP. So just don't be like, oh my God, I can't get MVP. I'm terrible at the game. No, don't worry about all that. Just know, look at your stats. Do I have more healing than the enemy? Yes. How much by? Okay, I have like double their healing. Okay, that was a great game. How much damage do I have? I have 12k and their enemy healer has 4k. Ooh, that was a really good game. How many final hits do I have? I have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, that's so much more than their healer. Always try to like base it on their healer and not really as a whole as a team. That's all the tips I have. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please like put a like on the video and comment down below. That all of that helps. Also, subscribe to the channel for more coach-like content. All my long form videos are pretty much going to be guides, coaching content, VOD review of myself and or tournaments or fellow viewers. And it makes sure to drop by the Twitch channel, and then once in a while I'm streaming on YouTube as well, but that's not gonna be as often as my Twitch channel. This is easier to stream on Twitch. Dual streaming is kind of hard, so just know that if I'm streaming on YouTube, it'll be put up, and usually it's not gonna be as long as my Twitch. But I hope you guys have a great day, and peace out. Make sure to check out my other guides I'll be putting up right here.